2012 London Olympics were the biggest thing I've ever been to. There were 10,000 athletes from over 200 nations and 4,000 of these were women. The rowing regatta was held at Dorney Lake, but the athletes from all the different sports lived in a purpose-built Olympic village. This had to accommodate 10,000 athletes, so just to give you the scale of things, if you can imagine the biggest supermarket you've been into, times that size by 2, and that's how big our dining room was. The Olympic Village had to cater for athletes from all around the world. In fact, the Olympics cost over £2.5 billion. For 7 months of the year, we compete against each other internally in this country in order to be selected. Most of the time we're in our singles, and our coach monitors us throughout the year. We have to have trials, and in the winter this is long distance trials and consist of us racing against each other for 5,000 metres. If we do well enough at these trials, we then get moved on to the next trials, and it ends in final trials, which is 2,000 metres side by side. After final trials we had a rank order in the singles. We then moved to crew boats and got a rank order in the doubles, and from this we were selected into the crew boats for the Olympics. An average day in Olympic training means getting up at 6:30 in the morning. I would have breakfast of cereal, toast and orange juice before going down to the club for 7:15 to stretching and be preparing for the session. The first session is on the water. This is 20 kilometres and would take until about 9:15. We would then come off the water, shower and change, and have a second breakfast of poached eggs on toast, beans and milk. We would then have a short break before doing the second session. The second session would be weight training, which would also include core stability, which is a key part of our training. This would last about 90 minutes. After the training session we would shower and change again, and then have a big lunch of spaghetti bolognese. In the afternoon we would make sure we were recovering and resting, ready for the third session. Our third session would be on the rowing machine, and this would be 24 kilometres. This would last about 1 hour and 40 minutes. After being on the rowing machine, we would have a snack of fruit, which would include banana and some cereal bars. We would make sure we had a big meal in the evening of lots of potatoes, meat and vegetables. We'd also have a pudding to finish it off with. Before we go to bed, we'd have a snack of maybe biscuits and some hot chocolate. During the day, a female rower would eat up to 5,000 calories and a male rower up to 6,000 calories. In order to get all this energy on board, we need to drink Lucozade throughout our sessions as well. It's important also to drink enough fluid, so for a rower we should drink 1 litre for every 10 kilos we weigh. Olympic rowers are expected to treat their training as a full-time job. We were able to do this because of the lottery funding that we receive. This started in 1997 and has made a massive difference to our sport. The lottery funding means that we now have full-time paid coaches, as well as a massive support team around us, which includes physiologists, physios, psychologists, doctors, nutritionalists, and we can also have biomechanics on the boat. All athletes are expected to have their own single scull, and they buy this out of their lottery grant. Because we train 3 times every day, it means we need to get adequate sleep every single night. This means that late nights and alcohol intake is very limited. Our coaches like to have standard rig throughout the boats, but due to each athlete being slightly different proportions, height and weight, these measurements get slightly adjusted so that the athlete can be as comfortable as possible and as efficient as possible.